Good morning everyone and welcome back to another English lesson. Today we are going back to Arthur and the Golden Rope and we are going to be looking at what makes a really good adventurer.
Okay, so our learning objective for today is to observe, develop and create different forms of writing. And our task is going to be to describe the key attributes of an adventurer. Okay, and attributes are just things that you think about, okay, the personality, maybe what they look like, the things that you recognise when you think of an adventurer. So I've put here to include some descriptive language. For example, strong, quick, sneaky. An illustration or a picture, so that's something you've either drawn or you maybe found off the internet. Description of emotion, brave, courageous, inquisitive. Okay, inquisitive meaning that they're interested in finding things out. And I've said if possible, could you include some parenthesis? Adventurers can come in all shapes and sizes. They must be brave and courageous, in parenthesis there. Now I found a picture online of this chap here who looks to be an adventurer. And then quickly then I used the sheet to begin with. I didn't create a spider diagram, but I labelled the different things I could see. So I said here that the person looks to be exploring uncharted regions of the world. Now, uncharted just simply means somewhere that hasn't really been discovered yet, or perhaps put onto maps. So they're going to places that haven't been explored. I said he has a knapsack or a rucksack filled with essential tools and safety equipment. He has thick gloves and perhaps therefore he has strong hands and a good grip. So I'm just using here sort of those detective skills again. He has a sharp machete here. Okay, machete just being a long knife, probably to cut away some of the branches, and foliage in the background. And that means he might be an expert blade master. So when you do this, if you find your picture or if you draw your picture, to help you out first, if I was you, I would label it because it might get you having some good ideas before you go on then to write some sentences. Okay, so what I'm expecting then is if you are to draw a picture, it's absolutely fine, include that in your work or find a picture from the internet. I would like you to describe what you can see about that adventurer. Describe perhaps what they look like, okay, maybe the things that you could describe them as. Would they be strong? Would they be weak? Well, probably wouldn't be a weak person because they need to be strong in order to face lots of maybe dangerous animals. Would they have to be quick? Sneaky, okay? And then think about some of the emotions that they would have. So to begin with, I might describe this particular man here. So I might say, an adventurer must be a strong, inquisitive, and determined individual. Full stop. Okay, so I've used the power of 3 there and my commas in a list. Strong, inquisitive, and determined individual. And I could include a subordinating conjunction here, such as that is always ready, or that is always prepared for danger, exclamation mark. An adventurer must be a strong, inquisitive and determined individual that is always prepared for danger. And I might use a nice sentence starter here, such as, therefore, they must carry at all times a knife, safety ropes, and I'm going to go for here waterproof clothing. And I'm going to say this here to keep them dry, or I'm going to keep them warm and dry, because that way now I've included my parenthesis as well. Okay, so what I've done here is I've simply described what I can see in a picture. So if you want to draw one, that would be lovely, because I can get some of those onto our working wall then, or into a nice display. Alternatively, you could find a picture to describe what you can see, and then focus on the emotions that they might have, and make sure you definitely include some conjunctions to explain why. So don't just say they need to carry a knife, safety ropes and waterproof gloves. Okay, think about the why, because what, or include this information in your parenthesis. Okay, so I'm expecting half a page to a page of work here, please. I'd love to see a lovely illustration that you've drawn, because I love seeing your drawings, and it takes a little bit longer then. You can probably put more thought into it. Okay, so as soon as you've done that, send that one over to me and I'll mark it quickly. Okay, if you are struggling then to start some of your sentences, I've included some possible sentence starters. So for example, an adventurer is a person that is always blah, 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 blah. In an adventurer's rucksack, you will always find blah, blah, blah. Always prepared for the unexpected. An adventurer is ... Okay, so if you are struggling to start some sentences, these would be fantastic ways to introduce some of your sentences. Okay, that's everything for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in again, and I really look forward to seeing some of your creations.